Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Router 2 Brief. I wanted to show you something nasty. Cyanobacteria or diatoms in the sand. They're looking a little brown now, which is good. Dying out, but the rocks have green on them. And the coral is doing really well. I just turned the lights on. I got that guy a week ago. I put him in a week ago. Frog spawn. Duncan is doing alright, opening up because I just turned the lights on. The clowns are very interested to see what's going on. Got a Naso, love that guy, he's doing well. And Foxface, the original guy from when I started my tank like 8 years ago. All the other tangs are gone, but he's the survivor. But so, as you know, I'm getting the tank back into shape, and it looked kick-ass. There's a bunch of nasty green on the back too, so mainly the cyanobacteria. This tank looked really good. I was surprised. It was doing incredibly well. I added my cleanup crew, a bunch of snails, all that. It was looking good. The algae was disappearing on the back of the glass. It looked like so much better than that. It just exploded. And so I think I found out what the reason is. If you guys want to comment on it, that would be great. So in order to get my nitrates lower, I always dosed sugar, and I never had a problem. And I was looking at old videos of my tank from a few years ago when I had my original tangs, and it looked pristine. There wasn't any of this stuff, and it just blew up a few days ago. And I think I know why. Instead of dosing sugar, what I tried again was this NOPOX, right? It supposedly lowers phosphates and nitrates. Well, this stuff is incredibly potent. Never. I stayed up really late last night watching videos on this stuff and going through forums. And although it really works for a lot of people, if you dose too much, meaning what they suggest you dose, you're going to get ghost looking like slime or red slime, which I had in the past when I tried this a few years ago. You want to dose like literally 1 milliliter of liquid of this stuff per 10 gallons of your tank. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. I was doing like 5 milliliters. So I started with 20, way too much. So on average a day I've been dosing like 10 to 15 milliliters total. Still too much because this is a 120 gallon tank minus the rocks and sand and the 2 sumps below. Best to say like 100 gallons of water just to be safe. So I should be dosing 4 to 5 mils of this a day or every other day. I was doing 15. And I'm like, why am I getting this massive outbreak? Well, I'll tell you what I found. By the way, my nitrates are at 5. They were at 30 or 40 and now they're at 5. I just did some testing, and I do it every month. So today nitrates are 5 or 10. I want to say 5. Alk is 9.3. Calcium is around 600. Magnesium is around 1500. So I'm happy with the magnesium. Very happy with that. I like to keep it around 1500, 1400. Salt salinity is 1.024, which is really good. But so because the nitrates are lowering, here's the bottom line, what I found out from a lot of people online and on the forums. You need, correct me if I'm wrong, but you need more nitrates than phosphates. And because I'm killing the nitrates off, the phosphates are still in the tank, and the cyanobacteria is bacteria, and bacteria feeds on sugar, and this NOPOX is a form of sugar. So I've been feeding the cyanobacteria, which explains the explosion of the algae and the cyanobacteria mainly. I had much more red, but it's brown now, so it looks like it's dying off, so that's a good sign. You can turn off the lights in your tank for a week and it'll die off, but it comes back with a vengeance, like right away. The cyanobacteria is the oldest living organism on Earth. Been around millions, billions of years. So long story short, I have been feeding with this NOPOX, I have been brutally murdering the nitrates, which is good. But because the nitrates are so low, now I'm starting to feed the cyanobacteria. Now I thought this lowers the phosphates, which would get rid of cyano. I'm trying to figure out why the sugar dosing never caused this, but there's something in the NOPOX that is feeding the cyano. Anyway, I just wanted to share that quick tip with you. So what I'm going to do now is a 20-gallon water change, and I'm going to stop the NOPOX, and I'm going to throw in 2 packets of the PhosGuard. One of these packets treats 60 gallons, so it'll be perfect. I got 2 of these packets. So I'm going to do a 20-gallon water change, throw this in my sump here so the water flows through it, change out the foam as I do, and put those 2 packets in there. So that's that. Please comment below. Let me know your experiences with the NOPOX. One side of the tank is blue. I brought up the white lights so you guys can see more of the craziness. Good news is the sand bed looks better than it did, believe it or not. Another key is to have strong flow, because cyanobacteria doesn't like flow. You want to keep that stuff churned up in the water column so you can get rid of it in your mechanical filtration. Alright guys, that's it. Just wanted to pass along the info as I do. Talk to you later. Happy reefing. Have a great rest of the weekend. And I will talk to you later.